龍角散の有効成分サポニンは痰を切り、その結果咳を鎮めます。
サポニンか。
サポニンの効き目、5本といえば龍角散。
僕、1年生になったら学習する目と科学する目を持ちたいです。
君の目は光っている。
学研の学習科学入学お祝い特集。咲きました。ラン咲きました。
スクーター美人鈴木蘭、セル付き79,000円。
今あなたにとって一番大切なのは風邪を治すことよ。
聞きます。パブロンゴールド塩化リゾチーム配合。
風邪の季節の思いやり。
わしのマークのパブロンゴールド。
幸せまるまる四角いテーブル。健康家族の楽しい大平ファミリーセット。
羽ばたけサラエボへ。フィス公認国際ジャンプ大会2連戦、15日札幌オリンピック記念、16日 STB カップの模様をお送りします。放送時間はご覧の通りです。
1枚のチラシを読む、じーっと読む、息もつかずに裏まで読んでしまう。うちを探すとなればやっぱりこのくらいはもっともうちょっともっともっともっともっと読みたくなっちゃうの。でも一人でこんなにたくさん集めるなんても考えただけでくったくた。どうしましょう。こうしましょう。
選んで選んで物件満載。
週刊住宅情報。葵です。ペコです。ミキです。
緊急情報、志賀高原にシティギャル続々集結中。
気分最高。
スノーパラダイス志賀高原。
喉いたわらなくっちゃ。明治エストローチは喉の殺菌、消毒、口臭によく効きます。喉の健康に明治エストローチ新発売。
もろこし村お願いします。
もろこし村ですか？
はい、免許証ならありますから。
いや、申請書のここにニックネームお願いします。
ニックネーム。
明治のコーンスナックもろこし村。
お豆の土がスープになったのよ。
ホットニュースや。
Hello, everybody. Okay, let's see here. BGM is playing quietly. Okay. So, tonight we are bringing in spring with some strawberry shortcake. I'm going to make it like kind of in an old-fashioned style because that's the way my mother made it, and I got this recipe from her. It's not really a secret recipe or anything like that because it is it came from like the Better Homes and Gardens cookbook, which is the one that has that red and white checkerboard. Why was I struggling with that word? It's like I never played checkers before. Anyway, the difference is that instead of using like biscuit mix to make the cake part, we're just going to use flour and baking soda. Our own sort of mix, which is just flour, baking soda, and egg. I have the recipe in the description, which I usually do, on these recipes where I use like a single source of inspiration for the recipe. We're going to deviate a little bit. These are fresh strawberries, as you can see. I just bought them today from the store. One basket of them. I'm having the recipe. And by that, I mean I'm cutting it in half, right? Which is a little difficult because some of the measurements are like 3/4 of a cup. And so halving that would be 3/8 of a cup. Well, what is, or like 1/4 of a cup? To half 1/4 of a cup, you get 1/8 of a cup. Well, have you ever seen a measuring cup for an eighth of a cup? I haven't. But Siri tells me that an eighth of a cup is 2 tablespoons, and that I can deal with. There are some chonkers in this basket of strawberries. I just kind of, picked the one that looked like it was full. And this sure is full because some of these are big ones. Did you notice, when did they stop selling strawberries in like those green baskets? Or is it maybe just like some companies don't sell them in the green baskets anymore? I always remember the green baskets because, my mother would buy them that way. And then I would use the baskets to store like toys and stuff, right? Anyway, little toys. I am the apocalypse. You know what? Sure, let's go ahead and start talking about that. I am not a Gura fan. I never really was. I don't like the lowly character so much, and I recognize her talent, and I recognize her stature in the industry. But whether she comes and goes, I don't really care. I do think, and I posted on this in the forums if you guys saw that, I did think it was kind of, I don't understand the circumstances where somebody can have a print money button and then just not want to press that button as much as possible. Maybe she thinks she's already made enough money. Who knows? But okay, so which bowl do I want to use for the straw? Should I use the small one? I want to use the big one for the cream. Yeah, I'll use the small one. Okay. So basically I'm going to slice strawberries and add them to sugar, and then we'll put them in the fridge. Mix them with sugar, I guess I should say. Yeah, so it's not going to be exactly the apocalypse for me, but it is still a curious event. I have a tab open with the stream, and it just so happens that I was expecting this stream to go for about 90 minutes anyway, and 90 minutes is when her stream's going to start. So yeah, we'll do a watch along. I do, even though I never was a chum bud, I felt bad for them. I don't know. Maybe there's some really unfortunate circumstances where she was sick or something like that. And in those cases, I shouldn't really feel bad for them, right? It's the correct thing for her to do to just prioritize her health if that was the case. But if not, if it's just a purely financial number decision, I mean, okay, here's the 0 view, 1 view streamer shit talking the one with 4.5 million subscribers. But anyway, I don't know. I don't understand. Maybe we'll get some answers today, but even if we did, who would know if they're true or not, right? Some chum buds are unironically going to end that all. Well, I hope not. I hope that the ones who are mentally ill enough to be seriously considering that sort of thing have kind of come to terms with it over the last 2 years that she hasn't been streaming regularly, right? And just kind of understood that this day might have been coming and have already prepared themselves for it. If there's really somebody who ends up, what euphemism should I use? Going to the great chum bud aquarium in the sky. Oh no, that's stupid. If somebody really does take a drastic step in regards to this news, then there might have been no helping them in the first place, right? But I would hope that most people would understand. For the last 2 years, however long it's been, feels longer than 2 years. But I guess that's a close estimation. that she hasn't been streaming regularly, that either she was sick or her heart wasn't in it, or she made enough money, and I don't know. I feel bad for the Chumbuds. But I also hope, yes, they need to find a new Oshi, I guess. You can have more than one Oshi. We've already broken that taboo, right? All right. Let me double check my recipe here. Make sure. See, I guess we can throw this away. Oh, I forgot to set up my model and my camera. Shoot. I was wondering what I was missing. Or don't have an Oshi at all. Well, why would you say that? What's wrong with having an Oshi? I don't see the problem with that, just in general. Okay, we're going to do 3 tablespoons of sugar. We'll use the black ones first. My older ones here. Oh, I didn't. Hold on. Get it off. Maybe I do not take the word Oshi with like the same amount of seriousness that some people do, right? I'm sitting down, by the way. It's I will stand up later, but right now I'm sitting down. Okay. That should be enough. We'll kind of mix it up carefully here. And then I'm going to throw this in the fridge while we work on the dough. That seemed like a lot of sugar. Did I? 3rd cup. So a 1/6 of a cup, which would be a 1/4 of a cup plus an 1/8 of a cup. So that would be 3 tablespoons. Yeah. Something like that. Maybe I have that wrong. Whatever. I guess we'll have really sweet sugar or sweet strawberries this time around. I don't take Oshi seriously at all, too. It's like watching your favorite character in a TV series. That's a good way to put it, actually. A very good way to put it. But even that, you know, there's people that can take TV shows way too seriously. Do you remember that teenager that... what euphemism should I use? The teenager that led to their own demise because of their AI Game of Thrones character rejected them or something like that. He was really attracted to that blonde chick from Game of Thrones. I have seen 0 episodes of Game of Thrones, by the way. Okay. Right. So we've got our strawberries and our sugar mixed. I'm going to go ahead and throw this in the refrigerator. And we'll keep it nice and cool and juicy while we're working on the dough. So give me 1 second. All right. I need to stop being lazy. I need to stand up. All right. Dough bowl. So I kind of like test cooked this, right? To make the thumbnail and also just test it. I consider using character AI on this extreme side. Do you mean just like in terms of being parasocial? If so, I would agree. But I guess it's still healthier than like obsessing over the actors or something like that, right? At least it's still keeping it in the world of fantasy because you don't interact with characters in a TV series. Yes, I agree. But I think it's still, I think in terms of how somebody can act out if they're being truly parasocial, it's not that bad. Okay, we're going to do 2¼ cups of all-purpose flour. So half of that is 1 1/8 cup. So I'm going to do just like 1 rounded cup of flour. One of the ingredients on this recipe is 1 egg. Can't really half an egg. Like, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna like mix up the egg and then like take out half and have it for breakfast tomorrow or something like that? No. So I'm gonna be putting in a whole egg, and it's gonna be kind of eggy. So if you're not having this recipe as I am, it won't be quite as bad. Okay, so we'll do like 1. Let's see, that's about 1 cup plus 2 tablespoons, right? Maybe a little less actually, but we'll say that's good. Okay. In fact, I'll go ahead and just scoop up a little bit more. That's about another tablespoon. Okay. Wrap this up, put this over here. Baking soda is next. Baking powder, excuse me. You're going to do half a tablespoon. So let's go over here and get half a tablespoon. I think this one is half a tablespoon, even though... See, this is why I suggest you don't buy plastic measuring spoons. It's because the label is completely worn off. But just going by like the size that this is compared to the other things in there, I'm pretty sure this one's half a tablespoon. So this one's my baking powder. Right, okay. We are going to correctly put baking powder in there this time. I'm not gonna redo what I did for Thanksgiving. Or Thanksgiving, what did I say? I'm trying to do stuff and talk at the same time. I'm so bad at it. Valentine's Day. Right, okay. Alright. Get in there with half a tablespoon. We'll level it off. Boom. All right. Oh, I was saying, so when I test bake this, I like put the cake in cupcake cups. What do you call them? The little paper cupcake wrapper things, right? And I thought it would look good to cook those up. And it did look good, but they were also just kind of, it made it so that the combined strawberry and dough had to like stack vertically, and it kept toppling over when I tried to take the picture. It was kind of a pain. So we're not going to do that this time. We're just going to kind of spread them out and have them be like maybe like 4 or 5 inches wide. I think that will work a little bit better. So I just added a little sprinkle of salt. Butter. I need to add 1/4 cup of butter, which is going to be half a stick. What I use this for? Maybe I shouldn't use that knife. Oh, both of these are kind of dirty. Well, okay, I'll just wipe it off. Let me get a paper towel right here. And I'm remembering actually that yeah, okay, we'll just cut it. Boom. I'll put this, oh, that was kind of a, look at that. I tried to cut it in half and I just, does that look like half to you? I'm so bad at this. Okay. Let's see. There, that's roughly half. Okay. We'll put this in here. Okay, I need to combine this, then gradually add the butter. This is going to be a little bit of a pain. This part's going to be a little bit of a pain, but we'll make it work. Okay. So, just kind of break up the butter into little pieces. Go. Mix it in, and eventually we want something kind of with the consistency of breadcrumbs. So this will be my last stream, my last Let Him Cook stream of the month. I'm not going to do any more this month. because I'm going on a family vacation. I might do an additional gaming stream this weekend or something like that, but next Tuesday and the following Tuesday I won't do a cooking stream. What I'm hoping to do, I need to get off my ass, I need to stop being lazy. I'm gonna take some of the VODs I have recorded of some of my previous streams, and make shorts out of them. And if I just aim for like 30-45 seconds, it shouldn't take that long to make, right? I can do that. I kind of decided that I hate editing videos, but I think I can handle that if I stop being lazy. So I will aim to make shorts, at least 2 shorts. Put one up next Tuesday, put the next one up the following Tuesday. And so then I will still have some content for the channel, even if it is old content. And maybe, just maybe, some of those shorts will get a little attention. I don't know. Did I talk about last week? Had it happened yet? All the new followers I got on Twitter. I don't think I talked about it, even though it did happen by then. But so I tweeted about ISO speed in being in China, right? I care about ISO speed very little. But I speculated that like his China trip had been paid for by the Chinese government. It looks like that is actually not the case. I found somebody linked me to an article basically saying that his managers, handlers, whatever you want to call them, were saying that the trip hadn't been paid for by the government. So maybe it was paid for by like some tourist board in the private sector or something. I don't know. They didn't say who did pay for it, but it wasn't. They said like sometimes he loses money on these trips, which I don't believe. I don't know how they would account, like, because like surely he's getting super chats and stuff like that, right? And I bet what he's getting is offsetting a nice hotel room and all that stuff, right? I'm sure when he's that size, when he's got 20 million subscribers or whatever he's got. But anyway, that tweet got me a lot of new followers on Twitter. So I'm sure most people liked it, I guess, even though it was wrong. But it got some people so mad. I had people calling me racist, both implying I was racist against the Chinese, or like that I hated the Chinese government or something like that. Which, I mean, I won't comment on politics here, but I don't particularly hate them any more than any other government. Let's go with that. Or that, I, for some reason, didn't think Speed was capable of, with all the people that he has, with all the money that he has, I guess you should put it that way, capable of, like, organizing his own tours and stuff, right? Which, again, I don't know. If you read my tweet, it doesn't come off like that at all. It's basically what I said was like, oh, I'm pretty sure that of it at this point that like some tourism board in the government, tourism, I don't know if board is the right word, but some part of the government that tries to encourage tourism is sponsoring this, right? Or, just in general, tries to improve the image of China abroad and that sort of thing. I got so many DMs. Just some of them were just like, your R guard. And, they would spell your like Y-O-U-R. And, you couldn't really tell like which side of the aggrieved parties they were on, like if they were China fans or Speed fans, but I don't know. It was a weird experience. I got more followers, which I'm happy about. I now have more followers than following. But, like, probably none of those people are VTuber fans. Most of them stuck around, so I don't know. I would have rather had one of my tweets that actually has something to do with VTubers gone viral than that thing. But whatever, you know, 50 million views or some ridiculous number. Some number where it was like, this number ceases to be real, right? I don't believe this number exists. But if I can get, I think I need 1,000. I'm not monetized yet on Twitter, which is unfortunate. Like, not everybody that has the blue check mark is monetized and able to get money by I told you guys this part was going to take a while, so thank you for bearing with me on this. I know it's boring. I'm trying to keep talking. Yeah, in order to be monetized in Twitter, you have to have 1,000 verified followers, if I recall correctly. So 1,000 followers that have like or is it verified, or is it other followers that have the blue check mark? I can't recall. One or the other. But basically, you know, they make it more difficult for you to just bot your way into having enough followers. And then there might have also been some sort of engagement minimum. You had to have so many tweets, views a month or something. I don't remember. But my point is that I'm still really far away from being monetized, and if I were, then I wouldn't have cared about that tweet going viral. But as it is, I would have rather had almost any other tweet that I have on my Twitter feed go viral to that same extent. Trying to listen to people just trying to discuss about work around me. Are you watching me at work? I mean, based, but all right, we're almost done here. A little more butter. This is going to be very buttery. That's good. And then we're going to add some egg, some cream. The actual recipe says to add half and half. And it's like, yeah, okay, let me go to my fridge and get half and half. I guess if you're a coffee drinker and you have half and half with your coffee, you might just have that in your fridge. But I mean, I'm not going to buy half and half just for a recipe. So I got cream. I have the whipping cream here, which, you know, obviously we're going to use later for the whipping cream as well. Whipped cream, rather. And then if I really wanted half and half, I could like combine it with milk or something like that, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to use cream instead. I used it for my test cooking and it worked just fine. And then we will start baking. There, that's all the butter. Right, so I have the Gura stream in a private tab in the background. So when that goes live, I should hear it. And I will put it on stream, but I will mute it. So if you want to watch along, you know, I'm just worried that like if I put it on stream full size with the audio, HoloLive won't like that so much. So if you want to watch it, watch along. Please open it in the background in your own browser. And then like you can do picture in picture or whatever with one stream or the other. We'll see how it goes. I'm sure we already know how it will go. I'm sure we already know. Okay. You want to get it a little more incorporated. Make sure there's no big chunks of butter. The last thing I made where there was big chunks of butter in the dough, it didn't turn out very well at all. It was that carrot pudding thing. One of the more unpleasant things that I've made on the stream, frankly. I didn't even finish eating it all. It was kind of gross the way it turned out. Waste of carrots. Waste of carrots. Okay. Let's throw this away. Alright. I think I need my egg now, right? Do I still have it in the fridge? I do. Okay, one sec. Let me go grab it. This is the only egg I have right now, so let's not mess this up. Good, good, good. Oh, you guys can't see it. There, okay. Didn't want to end up dropping that or anything like that. That would have been a disaster. Alright. Into the dough. How much cream did we need? We needed 3/8 of a cup. So that's going to be a 1/4 cup and then like 2 tablespoons. So, you know what? I'll use this. Let's make sure I'm gonna have enough for the whipped cream first, because this container feels a little empty. How much am I gonna need for the whipped cream? 3/4 cup. So let me measure that out first. I might have screwed something up here and not gotten enough cream here. I might have needed to buy some more. So let's see here. Oh shoot! Yeah, is that all I got? No, wait, that's 1 cup. That's 1 cup. I'm looking at the wrong markers. I'm an idiot. Okay. That is slightly more than 1 cup. Okay. Disaster averted. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to pour this out until it gets to 3/4 of a cup. Hard to see because the inside gets coated with cream and I can't really see where it is compared to the marker. This is like so ghetto. Okay, a little bit more. Okay, there. So this is 3/4 of a cup in this container here. Okay. Throw this away. So this would have been a little more than 1/4 of a cup, and that is fine. That is fine. I think that's what we need. And I need to add some vanilla too, right? Wait, I need to look over here. I'm sorry, I've only baked this once before, so I'm just making sure I have, yes. So 1/2 teaspoon. That's tablespoon. 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. Okay. Vanilla extract. The real stuff here. Oh, this is my new big bottle. I don't think I've done this one on stream yet before, because I just opened it when I was testing this. Okay, so 1/4 teaspoon here. Whoop, up, 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 up. That's going to be a little extra, but okay. That's fine. That's fine. Whoever said there was too much vanilla. Okay. Alright, we're gonna mix this up. This is gonna be our dough. Just gonna try to get rid of any dry bits here. It's all kind of moist. I shouldn't have used this for stirring. This was a mistake. Okay, hold on. Let me get and try to get all of the dough out of this thing. I made the same mistake when I was test cooking, man. I thought, oh, I shouldn't use this for mixing when I mixing in the wet ingredients when I do it on the live stream, but no, I forgot about that aspect and I did it anyway. That wasn't smart. Let me turn on my fan. Man, I'm starting to sweat. All these lights. I thought it was the burner coon that makes it too hot over here when I'm streaming, but now it must be the lights because I don't have burner coon on here. All right, hopefully that'll help. I don't think, yeah, my mic's not picking it up. Okay, good, good, good. What a mess. I feel like I've been jumping back and forth between all these topics tonight. What was I last talking about? Well, I guess I can talk more about Gura. So aside from having an infinite money glitch and not using it, you know, I don't understand why she does that. But I think I touched on this before, but I feel bad for the chum buds that just have been putting up with such an inconsistent schedule for 2 years, right? If you really are a fan of her, if you really think that like there's something special about her, and there is, I'm not saying there's not, because clearly there is. All of the myth girls are miracles. It is quite possibly divine intervention that they all turned out to be as up for the task of becoming the face of VNV2ing as they were. So there is something special about her, clearly. But at the same time, I don't get it. I don't get why she would. Would it be too much to use the word disrespect? Would that be too much? It feels disrespectful to her audience to It is special with Mori as the spear. What do you mean by as the spear? I would say that currently I think Mori is my favorite of the myth. I don't regularly watch her, but I always will listen to her music when she announces a new single or something like that. Everyone went fire on her debut song. Yeah, she's consistent. The sneaking, I admit, was a little bit weird, but the rest of her music has been consistently good. This feels really dry. Did I miss something? Let me double check here. Why does this feel so dry? Maybe I needed a little more liquid. I'm gonna put a splash of water in here. You know what? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I don't want to risk it. We'll just go with this, even though it's kind of like not clumping into a solid ball. But I think it will be good enough. We'll just go with that. Okay. Let's prepare our baking dish here. Let's move some stuff out of the way. kind of had some stuff on top of this, so I didn't realize it was as dirty as it was, but it's kind of dirty. Don't mind though, don't mind. We're going to cover it with parchment paper. And so we won't be putting stuff directly on this. But yeah, if it bothers you to see how dirty it is, then go ahead and close your eyes. I need to grab the parchment paper. Looks like I didn't bring it over here. Alright. Allowed a bit of that, so that should be plenty. This stuff never cuts very well, so let's... sorry, I bumped the microphone with it. It's going to be really noisy. There we go. Good enough. Okay. Okay, good enough. It's a little too big, but okay, we'll make it work. All right. So I'm going to take my big spoon here. I'm going to make like 4 globs of dough. And kind of like get it into a roughly bun shaped splotch here. Okay. 1. A little too much. There we go. Come on. There we go. 2. That's a little too small. Although maybe that's actually about the right size, because it is going to expand a little bit when it bakes. Okay. Obviously, I'm not going to eat all 4 of these tonight. That'd kill me. But I'll leave some for tomorrow. I don't really care about them being too pretty, because they're just going to be covered in strawberries and whipped cream anyway. And, you know, they're old-fashioned. They're supposed to be a little bit imperfect. The perfection comes from the imperfections, right? Okay. So those are all roughly the same size. All right. So I'm going to get my oven on over here. And this oven only bakes up to 360, and the recipe says to do 450. Right? Let me confirm that. 425, right? So we're going to be baking them for a little bit longer than it tells us to. It tells us to do it for about 15 minutes. We're probably going to do it for about 20. I'll just keep an eye on it. All right, let's move all this stuff out of the way. In they go. So I can take this out. All right. So while that is cooking, I will start cleaning up this stuff in terms of just kind of getting it out of the way. Gonna be a lot to wash after this stream, but that's fine. That's fine. Let's see. Let me remind myself of what step I need to do next. Oh, I need to start making the whipped cream, huh? Yeah. Okay. For that, I'm going to use the big bowl. We won't need this knife. We will need vanilla, cream, powdered sugar, which is this one. All right. So 3/4 of a cup of the cream. And I'll just kind of shake that. I don't want to waste any cream. Actually, you know what? I should hold off on this until we get a little bit closer to these being baked, because otherwise it will kind of not be ready. It'll, what's the term I'm looking for? It'll be well, anyway, it'll be better if we get if it's closer to being freshly whipped right after right when it's ready. So I'll hold off on whipping that, actually. I guess we can double check the stream really quick. Let me wipe off my gloves here. Clean up the mess here. Let me go back to that tab. All right, 42 minutes. It's the final countdown. Ah, my gosh. We all knew this day was coming, but who knew it was going to be today? How many people went to bed last night knowing this day would be today, huh? I feel... Why do I feel nervous? Why do I care? Why do I care so much? I'm supposed to be cool and cynical, right? Let's do some cards. Hopefully there's no sudden meetings for me to catch her announcement. You mean like you don't want to miss it? Yeah, hopefully not. I think we all know how it will go, though. Don't think you're going to miss anything. How are these going? Like they're doing all right. All right. Here we go. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7. So difference in direction. How different could the direction be that you would just give up your free money? Like, I feel like if I were in her position, I could deal with a lot to be #1 in the industry and just let the money come in, right? I feel like it would be really hard for something to dissuade me from just sitting back and, boy, what a terrible start. Look at this crap. But, you know, like I said, maybe she feels like she already made enough money that she needs to make, and I'm sure she's set for life already. If she wanted to be, anyway. You know, if she was investing wisely. Investing smartly. I almost said investing smartly. Okay. That's like the only thing I can think of. Oh, what a shitty start. I'm probably dead already. I played FTL last night. That was a lot of fun. I made it to the very last fight. But I died on the first stage of it. But first time in a long time I made it to the final fight in FTL. I unlocked 2 ships, which is good. Yeah, it was fun. Fun time last night. Okay, cool. I got some stuff opened up. Okay, we'll keep going. Right, family vacation. I won't be entirely offline. I'll probably be keeping up with the forums and Twitter to some extent, but definitely to a lesser extent. I'll be touching a little bit of grass, just a little bit, meeting with family and doing all the good stuff. So yeah, no streams. Nobody knows in my family that I'm a streamer yet. Oh, these are getting soaked. Look at that. See at the top there? Yeah, water is coming out of this thing. Let me dry that off real quick. Where's These cards are taking so much abuse, man. I kind of am not looking forward to the day where I have to tell anybody that I'm trying to be a YouTuber. Oh, this thing, wait, okay. Okay, wait, so these must have been like this, okay. Although, I say that, but if, like, it became inevitable because I was just making enough money that here I am talking about money again, like that's ever gonna, like that's even on the table at this point, right? I don't know. Down to 17 minutes. Take a look at them. I can smell them cooking. Black King wasn't exactly what I wanted, but okay, we'll get that out there. This can go up here. Good, good, good. This can go over here, which means we can move these over here. 8, okay. Wait, we can put you over here, which means we can put you here. Very good, very good. 3. Okay, move this over here. Boom. Oh, I'm so good at solitaire. I'm so good at, oh man, I'm on fire. Okay, good, good, good. We can pop you over here, which means we can move this over here. Which means I can put this here, which means I can put this here. Flip these over. Oh my gosh, am I gonna win? Am I gonna win at solitaire? 7, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, okay. You can go here, which means, oh, this can go here. Ooh, man, I am on fire. When is this gonna stop? Well, right here, I guess. Oh, these can go here. Which means these can go here. 2 hearts can go up here. 8. Okay, now we might be dead for real. No, just kidding. I can put 3 here, which means I can put 4 here, which means this gets shown. Okay. Can I do anything with this 7? Don't think so. Alright. Next. 2 here. 9 here. Okay, I think we're done there. We are so close. Queen. No. Oh, come on. We're so close. 10. Be a red 9. Pop that there. Means that can go here. Need to get rid of this queen. Red 9. 8. 7. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. 6, 5. Well, okay. Can we save this? Probably not, because we got the ace right there that we need. Okay. I put this... Okay, I can put that there. This is the 4 of spades. Damn! We got so close. Look at that. Look at that. It's not the 4 of spades. Where's the 4 of spades? Am I missing a card? Oh, wait, it's right here. I'm an idiot. Okay. Damn. Okay. 13 minutes left. Let's get these all put away. Right, difference in direction. What difference in direction could cause you to kill the golden goose? I don't know. I feel like I could take some I could deal with some very severe changes in direction, differences in direction. If I could just go live twice a week and make $10,000 a week or whatever she's making, you know? But, like I said, this is a 0 view, 1 view, passing judgment on someone with 4 million subscribers. 4.5. Maybe I should just shut my pea-picking mouth. Alright. These are not yet brown. They don't seem to be cooking as quickly as the ones I made for the test stream, which I said, like I said, I put them in cupcake cups. So that's a little frustrating. But we'll let those keep going. Aside from making the whipped cream, what else can I do here? Yeah, we just need to keep we need to keep waiting. We need to keep waiting. Let's do one more quick solitaire here. I know it's not the most entertaining thing, but I'm not really set up very well to switch and do something else. So, okay, let's shuffle up really quick. 2, 3, 4. I think 4 is sufficient for cards to be shuffled. I'm not exactly a statistician, but I think that is enough. But I just did it another time just for fun. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7. Wait, what did I screw this up? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Boy, I'm bad at counting. Okay, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. How did I screw this up? Whatever. Okay. Nothing. I can do nothing with these. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Another king. And there's the aces all bunched up. Maybe I should have shuffled more after all. Okay. 3, 2. Okay, good. Queen. You can get this red, or excuse me, this black 6 over here on the 7. 9 down over here. 3, okay. 10. 5. And 3. Not a great start. Not a great start. Move my mic here. Okay. I've got these kings in uncomfortable places. These aces in uncomfortable places. We dead? We dead already? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. That was a short game. Okay. Cool. It smells kind of burny, but when I look in the window, I clearly see that the food isn't burning. So I think it's just the parchment paper kind of burning a little bit. Maybe the other side is kind of too close to the element or something. Can't really see it. Looks like they're getting a little color. Okay. Let's go ahead and start making the whipped cream, huh? So 3/4 of a cup of cream, heavy whipping cream, to which I'm going to add a tablespoon of vanilla. See, where was the tablespoon? Did I say tablespoon? I meant teaspoon. Where's the one I used earlier? It's in here somewhere, right? Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, it's all gunky now. Fine. I'll just use this one. I recently had to get a key copied. So I used that machine that they have in Walmart. I assume it's pretty common for Walmart to have this machine. But basically, you put your key in a little slot. Then you can select like which key you want to have, and it you know, which blank key. And there's different styles, like with kitty cats. There's like one patriotic one or something, you know. But I didn't want this particular key to stand out. I'm sure, like, if it's a common key that you need to use often, then, wait, is this is, yes, okay, this is sugar, right? Powdered sugar, yes. And how much of this should I use? I need to use 2 tablespoons. Okay, so I'll pull tablespoon measure off of this ring here. Where was I going with the key discussion? Oh, okay. The reason I needed the new key. Wait, it was 2 tablespoons in the original recipe, right? No, it was 1/4 cup in the original recipe. So 2 tablespoons of my halving of it. Is because I sheared the old one. And by that, I mean when I was I was either locking or unlocking. I was locking, I remember now. When I was locking a lock with this key, I turned it, and like the, you know, okay, so you got a key that's shaped like this, right? You have this part at the top, and then you have, I'm not doing an obscene gesture right now. I'm making a key shape. So you have this part that has like the jagged part, right? And then you have this part that has the like hole in it. Oh God. Anyway, like, so I put it in the lock, and then I turned it, and this part turned, but this part did not. So like it almost broke off. Like this part almost broke off the key. And you know, I'm just so muscular and manly that I can't help but break keys when I go to lock doors. And anyway, okay, here we go. Blender time. You ready? Blender ASMR. Get those ingredients nice and combined. splattering a little bit. This is why I use the big bowl for this. Even still, it's splattering a bit. Get it nice and thick so it stops splattering. Fresh made whipped cream is always good stuff. I haven't bought like whipped cream in a long time once that, you know, after I learned how to make it like this, right? You don't get the nice pretty dispenser, the aerosol dispenser or anything like that, but you do get beautifully whipped, sweetened, delicious whipped cream. Look at that. Ooh, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. I want to eat the bowl right now, but we're not going to do that. Okay. How are these cakes coming? Let's have a quick look here. They're not browning as much as I want yet. I'm kind of surprised by that. Surprised and disappointed. Maybe here, let me open it up and have a quick look at the bottom. Where is my fork? Here it is. If I look at the bottom of one of these, what am I gonna see? Okay, you know what? Actually, those are fine. Those are fine. Those are fine. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off. Those are fine. I don't know why I didn't think to actually check them to see if they were good or not. Okay. Let me get the strawberries out of the fridge. I'll be right back. I'm going to do this basically. I'm going to put them in the strainer. And I'm going to put the strainer back over the bowl. And hope we don't make too much of a mess here. Boom. Boom. Okay, we made a little bit of a mess. I should have done that over a different bowl, but oh well. Okay. Clean that up. Kind of a waste of those juices, but that's fine. All right. Let's take 2 of these out. Move this over here. So on the bottom, we got a little bit of color. This is more like what I was expecting to see on the top, but did not. But that's fine. They just baked differently from how I did them last time. But that's fine. So you see, it's something more akin to like a biscuit than like the sponge cake that you might be familiar with. You might be more familiar with if you think like strawberry shortcake, because the not old-fashioned version of this just uses like that spongy sponge cake, which is basically just air, right? Or pound cake. All right, so I'm going to use this knife, try to cut them in half horizontally here. Oh boy, these are really flaky coming apart, but that's fine. Okay. I'll do the other one over here. Oh, jeez. So they're kind of, just like with the dough, they're kind of crumbly, but that's fine. That's fine. In fact, it might even be better that way. Where is my little brush? Where did I put that? I remember seeing it like 10 minutes ago. Where did I put it? There it is. Okay. So I have just one of these little like basting type of brushes here. So with little silicone, no, silicone, probably. It's probably silicone. Anyway, so I'm going to take, let's actually get some paper towels down and put these on top. I'm going to put that on top of there. Then I'm going to take these, like, juices here from the strawberry, and we're going to baste the cakes with them. Just to reduce the dryness a little bit. Oh, I should leave some left over. Yeah, okay. Okay, that'll be enough. Alright. Now I'm going to take my fork. I'm going to put some strawberries on each side here. Boom, we're almost done. Spread them out a bit. There we go. And for this one, I think this side was the bottom, so I'll put these over here. Move these more toward the middle so you can see. Alright, now I'm going to get my spoon. Do I have any clean spoons? Shoot. I don't. Let me see if I can find one really quick. Give me a sec. Okay, I found a plastic fork. I think I'll use that. I think that'll be good enough. So, we'll top that with some whipped cream. All right. And this side. This looks like a mess. This looks like a mess. But looks like it's going to taste delicious. And I bet it's going to look pretty decent once we get it all put together. Okay. So the top part on here, the top part is just kind of in pieces, but we'll do our best. Okay, and move more towards the middle here. Okay. Try to get them somewhat photogenic here. All right. Now more strawberries. Get on there. You know what? I think these are going to be more photogenic than the ones I made for the thumbnail. These look really cool. They look really good, I think, in my opinion, which is a little bit biased, but all right. We'll go with that. Okay, here's what we got. Looks kind of blown out on the camera, but yeah, you can't really see the yellow of the cake, can you? But yeah, a nice yellowish cake. Very juicy looking. It doesn't look dry at all. It looks very good. All right. Let me get a little bit more for this one. Can we get another strawberry on there? One more little slice. Boom. A little bit more color. Okay. Let me clean up this area a bit, and then we'll get the picture taken. (13 minutes and 32 seconds). We're actually ahead of schedule a bit, but that's fine. Pardon, I keep bumping the mic. It's kind of hard not to do when you're moving around so much, right? Okay, let's move this out of the way. See if I can shove this out of the way, kind of shove it back here. Okay. Clean off the counter a bit more. All right. Where's my camera? Where's my phone? Where did I put my phone? Did I bring it inside? Is it in my car? What the heck did I do with it? Hold up. Oh man, I can't find my phone. That's gonna be lame. Hold on. It's in my jacket. No, I was using it earlier. It's gotta be somewhere around here. What the heck? Where did I put it? Okay, I'm gonna use Find My. Give me 1 sec here. Give me 1 sec here. It's very important that I get this picture taken. Why? No, I don't want my... What the heck? Wrong machine. Okay. Is it playing a sound? Do you hear anything? Did I leave it in the car? Okay. I'm gonna go check my car. Give me 1 sec. We're gonna go to the BRB screen really quick. I'm sorry about this, but I really just want... take a picture of this before I eat it. Okay, give me 1 sec here.
Sunstar Sound Collection ポール・モーリアスペシャル。この番組は美と健康に奉仕するサンスターの提供でお送りいたします。
Yeah, I was in my car. Idiot. Okay. Took my gloves off. I'm gonna have to put some gloves on. I'll put the blue ones on because those are faster to put on. They're bigger. Jeez. Okay, give me 1 sec. I'm so professional streamer here. Okay. We got 10 minutes, do we? 26. All right. Listen to this fat guy breathe. Run out to my car and back and I get winded. Can you believe that shit? But okay. The summer is here. The spring is here. The summer is almost here, which means I can go outside and do my walks again, do my walkies. I got pretty good last summer. I was doing like 7, 8, 9, 10 miles sometimes. I need to get back into that, and I will. I actually did one earlier this week when the weather was sustained. What day was that on? Maybe like Thursday? No, it would have been over the weekend. It's probably Sunday, huh? Who knows what day it is anymore. Anyway, eventually I'll be able to run 30 or so feet out to my car from this point that I'm streaming from and not get fucking winded like a freaking fat bastard. Oof. I feel ashamed. Okay. Oh, bump my mic again. Professional streamer. Okay. Transition. Oop. Okay. There we go. Let's get the picture taken. Oh yeah, that looks good. That looks good. A little messy, but that's fine. Get in a little bit closer. You guys can't see the camera, right? My phone. Boom. All right, let's eat this nonsense. Where did I put the fork? All right. It's springtime. Fresh strawberries. Here we go. Let's get some of the strawberry in there. Get the whipped cream, strawberry, and some cake. Boy, that camera is not focusing very well, is it? It has no idea what to focus on. Well, anyway, hopefully you can kind of see it. Here we go. Oh my god. Okay. The cake is still a little undercooked. Probably would have been good if I could have cooked it a little bit longer. So I don't know if I mentioned this, but the original recipe has you make like one giant cake. But I didn't want to do that. But fortunately, there's a variant in the recipe for making like individual cakes. So that's what I did. You know, I still got 2 more in the oven. I will have those tomorrow. Have another bite here. So aside from the cake being a little underdone, it is delicious. And it is not as eggy, for whatever reason, as my last, as my test cooking was. It's actually pretty good. So, I'm going to call that a success. I'm going to say that's like an 8 out of 10. Definitely recommend if you want like a springtime, summertime dessert. And obviously this is like 2 servings. I didn't really want to try to make like a quarter of the I didn't want to try to divide the recipe any more than half. That's what I'm trying to say. But obviously I should only be eating one of these, but I'm going to eat both. I will save the rest for tomorrow, though. Okay. I mean, the rest in here. I have leftover strawberries, too, right? And whipped cream. Leftovers of all of it. So, yeah. Ordinarily, this is where I would say, thanks for watching. But, We are about 4 minutes out. Let me go ahead and add this to my scene here. Oh, why did I put it like really big in the middle? Let me make that smaller and kind of put it off to the side here. There we go. And then transition it onto screen. Oh, that's showing my time zone. Oh well, I've already leaked my time zone. Whatever. Anyway, all right, let's have some more while we wait for the inevitable. Dun 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 dun. Too tiny to see? Yeah. I'm intentionally not going to have it full screened. And I'm also going to have the audio muted for you guys. Just because I don't want any copyright trouble or anything like that. So please open it in a new tab and kind of watch along that way. Shoot. Safari, I have this in a private tab. And Safari, if you don't if you have the private tab background for long enough, it wants you to re-enter your password. So let me re-enter that really quick. Okay. Get that back on screen. There we go. Now it's kind of... There we go. Okay. Okay, I have it up front in Safari, so hopefully it won't happen anymore. Actually, can I move it to my main monitor here? Is that gonna ruin it? No, that's still working, right? Oh, now it's kind of hold up. Resize it. Oh wait, wrong one. Doing this with gloves is not fun. Okay. Alright, that's better. Okay. Boom. Alright. Yeah, like I said, I won't be showing it full size or with the audio. Go ahead and open it up in your own tab. We'll see what it has to say. I was thinking of getting like, I can't do real champagne on a Tuesday night, so I was thinking of like getting some of that sparkling apple juice stuff, and then like oh, they delayed it. Did they? Why does it say live in 10 minutes? Does it say that for you too? But it still says 8:30. What the heck? What the heck? Let me reload that tab. What's going on here? Wait, now it's live. It's live now. Okay. Turn up the audio for me. Let me mute my background music. It's not doing it in theater mode. I don't hear any audio though. Why is it not properly doing it in theater mode? You know what? Whatever. Also, why did OBS make it more annoying to like cut off the edges of windows and stuff? Is there any audio? I'm not hearing any. See, look. Do you see the subscriptions, the resubscriptions, rememberships, the rememberships flying in. Do you see all that money flying in? Why would you throw that away, Gura? What are you doing? Hello. Okay, I hear her now. Hello. You're not sounding very healthy. And she doesn't sound healthy at all. Oh, she has notes. Yeah, it sure has. There we go. Oh.
I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to be happy. I know I've let you down. I've been a fool to myself. I thought that I could live for no one else. But now, through all the hurt and pain, it's time for me to respect the ones you love mean more than anything. So with sadness in my heart, I feel the best thing I could do is end it all and leave forever. What's done is done, it feels so bad. What once was happy now is sad. I'll never love again, my world is ending. I wish that I could turn back time, 'cause now the guilt is all mine. Can't live without the trust from those you love. I know we can't forget the past. You can't forget love and pride. Because of that, it's killing me inside. It all returns to nothing. It all comes tumbling down, tumbling down, tumbling down. It all returns to nothing. heart of hearts. I know that I can never love again. I've lost
Okay, that's pretty cute.
Everything that matters to me matters in this world. I wish that I could turn back time, 'cause now the guilt is all mine. Can't live without the trust from those you love. I know we can't forget the past.
Are you gonna stream during these last 2 weeks, Gura?
Love and pride. Because of that, it's krilling me inside. It all returns to nothing. It just keeps tumbling down, tumbling down, tumbling down.
2 weeks, not 2 years. Well, it's been more like 2 weeks plus 2 years, right?
I just keep letting me
Is that it? Is she done?
down, letting me down. It all
I guess so.
returns to nothing. It just keeps
Alright, well, like I said, I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. But still, I respect her a lot. I do. You should break out OK Burmer in the last karaoke? I don't know. That would be pretty funny. Well, cheers to you, girl. I don't get it, but I still respect. I don't watch you. I don't really like your character, but I respect you immensely. So let's turn this up. Yeah, it's over. Okay. Oh 07. Yes, I am saluting. And you can't really see it, but I'm doing it right now. Congratulations. You won't be forgotten quickly. How's cover messed the bed? I don't know. I'm not sure that they did. I think they're doing what they think is best for business. But just the scope of where they are now compared to where they were when they started is just entirely different. And that's not really anybody's fault. In Gur's case specifically, I do feel like it could have just been managers are like, you know, why are you taking advantage of your situation like this and not actually making any output, right? But who knows? I'm just pulling that out of my ass like everybody else. But I can, if I were Gur's manager, I would have been hounding her continuously the last 2 years to actually stream, you know? I don't think we'll ever know. Maybe we will someday, but I don't know. Respect to you, Gura. Congratulations. You did good. Eating the microphone. The proper shark. Alright. I guess we'll call it there. Enough silliness. Strawberry shortcake. Recommended. Good stuff. Recipes in there. Whoa. What was that? Why is that maximum volume? Hold up.
I'm sorry.
Okay. I'm so bad at this. Oh my god. Okay. Right. So no stream next Tuesday. Like I said, I might do something later this week or on the weekend or something. We'll see. And then back to regular streams next month. And actually, next month, there's going to be a little bit of a surprise, a little cool thing that I'm going to be doing. I don't think I can announce it yet because it involves somebody, at least one other person. And I don't know if that one other person wants it to be announced yet. We might be holding it off a little bit more. But let's just say I'm going to do a collab. Let's put it that way. And it's going to be really fun. I look forward to announcing that when the time is right. Yeah, so look forward to that. Until May, or whenever we may see each other next. 無理しないでね。
爽快男のシャンプーサスタートニックシャンプー
本当におしゃれな人は些細なことでは取り乱したりしないのです。